Welcome, everyone. I'm Christina M. Johnson of Testimony Publishers LLC, and we are here this evening for an awesome conversation with Miss LaDonnia Cole, author of Growing Beyond the Gardens. And we are going to get into that conversation. How are you, LaDonnia?
I'm good, Christina. I'm good. This is an amazing day, long awaited. I'm glad to be here with you today.
Awesome. So I want to officially welcome everyone that's joining us tonight. If you're on live, give us a hashtag live so that we will know that you are here with us so that we can greet you. If you're watching the replay, we thank you for your time and tuning in. We want you to be able to just listen to the awesome testimony that Miss LaDonia has. And we also want you to glean from her story and the journey that she's gone on, and then maybe some of those things that she has learned, some of the revelation you can implement in your everyday lives. So I want to read just a little bit about you, LaDonia. LaDonnia Cole is not only the dynamic founder of True Harmony Network LLC, but also a beacon of hope and resilience emerging from the gritty streets of Chicago's South Side. Raised amidst the daunting shadows of Stateway Gardens, a housing project notorious for its challenges, Cole's journey is a testament to the human spirit and strength, from enduring impoverished conditions, um, streets riddled with drugs and crime, to navigating the unexpected journey of teenage motherhood. LaDonia battles were far from over. She actually overcame a devastating suicide of her high school sweetheart and the subsequent police inquiries and investigations that will follow. Her journey is one that not too many people have gone through, and not too many people have been able to come out on the other side in a positive way. So, LaDonia, introduce yourself just a little bit and tell the audience what you'd like them to know about you.
Hi, yes. Well, you said a lot there in that intro, so thank you for that. Yes, like Christina mentioned, I was raised in a housing project called Stateway Gardens, and with that thus comes the title of my memoir, which is why we're all here today. Growing up on the South Side, it had its challenges, yes, but with a close knit family, I was able to make it through. We had some good times and some good moments, and anyone from Chicago knew about the infamous Bud Billiken Parade. That's the end of our summer parade where everyone comes out. There's food everywhere. The kids are in the street. Everybody's dancing. The Jesse White tumblers. So we had a time. We did enjoy ourselves, but yes, we did have those streets with the crime and the drugs and much of what we see today, but probably not on as large of a scale. So with that, I did become a teenage mom growing up, and I use that to propel me forward. Sometimes when we're put in situations, we might think it's our end all, but no, I use that to not stop me. It may have slowed the pace a little bit, but I use that to propel me forward. And while continuing my education, I was also working. I did later move and relocate outside of Chicago, and I still visit frequently. That's still my hometown. And I've also become the founder of True Harmony Network. And with that, I simply want to give back to those who might find themselves in a similar situation that I myself grew up in. There are young girls who may become pregnant or just having difficulties at home, and they don't have the support system, a big sister, a auntie, or anyone that they themselves can speak with. So I wanted to create a safe space for young women to be able to do that with True Harmony Network.
Amazing. A lot of times when people don't grow up in those tough areas, in the inner cities or wherever there is a tough area, um, they don't necessarily know some of the things that we have to overcome each and every day just to get up out
Yeah,
of bed, just to,
yeah,
get back and forth to school. So growing up in Baltimore City, Maryland, I could relate so much to your story and, helping you and assisting you along your writing journey, and just reading the finalized version of it, it spoke to me. And I'm not even a teen. I'm not even a teenager. So, talk
That's
about
great.
the people that you serve, and how you want your book, Growing Beyond the Gardens, a survivor's story of triumph over tragedy, and the 7 steps you can use to reach your full potential to help those teens and young adults that you want to reach.
Okay, yes. So that was the purpose. So although young moms or teenage moms were my target audience, there is a lot of information and resources in there with Growing Beyond the Gardens that will benefit anyone. And many of us from urban communities can relate to my story or similar stories. If you yourself haven't been through it, you can probably point out someone else who has went through those difficulties, those trying times. And so what I put into Growing Beyond the Gardens is for someone to take those tools. There's actually an acronym in there. Of course, if you get the download today, which is the last day, you can have the ebook copy, and you will see that the acronyms in there also provide step by step something you can take. And for the R, which truly stood out for me, it's reflect. So sometimes it's good to stop and reflect and look back over where you came from, what you're going through, why are you going through these things. And with reflecting, you don't have to stay or live in the past. You're acknowledging it, and then you take that and you use that to move forward. So it's a lot of different tools and resources in there, such as that. But yes, I definitely, my goal was to connect and relate to others who can benefit from my story.
Absolutely. As you were speaking, I picked up your book, um, Growing Beyond the Gardens. Let's see if I can get
Yes.
a better picture in there. My virtual background is on, so hopefully people can
I
see that.
see it, yes,
I'm actually
beautiful.
going to pull up a better image of your cover while I am segueing into the next part of our conversation. So on the screen now, people can see your cover. So you mentioned that there is an opportunity for people to get the free download. So today is the last day. So if you are
Yeah,
watching, go over to Amazon. You can put in the search bar "Growing Beyond the Gardens." Um, uh, LaDonnia is also going to put in the comments the link that you can get. I'll come back, and if she doesn't have time this evening, I'll do it tonight, and then she can come back and reply to your comments when she puts the link for the book. But you can download it for free on Amazon right now.
yes,
So that is something that is just absolutely awesome that LaDonnia has done for everyone. So if you have a teen, a young adult, or if you yourself just you're interested in reading this story about how LaDonnia overcame a lot of different things in her life, this will help you to be able to speak to the hearts of some of our youth today, and then also assist LaDonnia on her journey as she helps youth and young adults as well. So it's on the screen. There's the cover for you. I'm going to stop sharing the screen because I want to come back to, you mentioned True Harmony Network LLC. You also talked a little bit about your book. I want to get into some of the ins and outs of your writing journey. Um, Before you even, met me, Testimony Publishers LLC, what was it in you that, made you even want to write?
writing was always my strongest subject, even throughout school. So I would even write poetry sometimes on the side, just in the back of my notebook, just doodling. I've always had a passion for writing. And going through certain things in life, once I came out of that particular storm, I would always tell one of my cousins, like, I have a New York Times bestseller inside of me. I just got to get it out one day. And so we would always laugh and joke about it. And she was encouraging me, like, yes, you need to tell your story. But living life and then just having just a sense of subconscious, like in that moment I wasn't ready. So now that I have built up that confidence and that courage, and I'm like, you know what? I am holding on to this story, and it can very well benefit so many other people. So let me go ahead and take the time and get it out. And so, right when I was at the point, so timing is everything, right? So I was at the point and feeling ready and confident to get my story out. Well, Miss Christina had a Rise Summit. And so I got the email and I wasn't really sure what it was. I read up on it. I watched the replay of a previous Rise Summit, and then it just played on my mind. And I'm like, you know what? This might very well be it. This might be the time for me to go ahead and get my story out. I'm ready. And at that time, I went ahead and I reached out to Christina and her team at Testimony Publishers and kind of gave her my story, my bio, and we was like, okay, let's go, let's make it happen. And we've been on the roll ever since. And that's why this is such a joyous occasion because even during the writing process of getting Grown Beyond the Gardens out, I still face some hardship. I still face some difficulties to where I had to stop and pause. So during my writing, I actually lost my mom. So I had to have funeral service and all that things like that. And also still go through my grief period and things like that. I needed that family time. So I had to step away and take care of that. And so it just has been a journey within itself within these past 8 months of getting my story out. But here I am, glad, proud, feeling accomplished, and I could not have done it without the assistance of Christina and her team at Testimony Publishers. So I'm so grateful for you for that.
Well, thank you so, so much. I I'm beyond blessed to have been a part of your journey because a lot of times people have stories and you have everything isn't even in the book.
No, it's not.
So you have so
I couldn't weigh it all on them at one time. So it can very well be a part two.
definitely, you could definitely have a volume 2, but what's in here, just me being a part of it, I'm absolutely blessed, and I'm so thankful. When you talked about, starting the journey with us and with our team, we actually implemented something, and that was the Easy Peasy Entrepreneur Program with you, because we wanted to find something to kinda customize it because when you came t when we first talked, you said, you were a writer, you wanted to get the story out, you had already started writing, so a lot of times when people start writing, they already have an idea of, like, what
Mhm,
needs to go in the book, but even when we showed you the writing format, you went back to day 1, and then you did everything according to what we suggested through the program, and you were finished in how many days? How many days were you finished? It wasn't that long for
It
the
didn't
rough draft, the rough
it
draft.
didn't it didn't take that long at all. I wanna say maybe 2 weeks or so. I was emailing you like,
Yep,
"Hey, I have this much. This is my word count." And you're like, "Wow, you're that far along already?" I'm like, "Yes, all my downtime, I've just been writing and writing."
exactly, exactly, and I mentioned that because when you mentioned that you were ready, you always knew that you were gonna be that New York Times bestseller. You were feeling more confident this time around, and you felt like you were ready. Most often people don't even take that next step. They let doubt seep in and then talk them out of it. Then there are some people who take that next step. And when they do, they don't want to follow through with the plan, with the blueprint that they've been given. So I commend you for that because you started day 1, you went all the way through the 30-day program, and you did it faster than most people usually do. Now, some people, I mentioned it not to say that, some people work fast and that's good. Some people work slower and it takes more time. But I'm just
Mhm,
mentioning this because you were one of those people who dove right into the program and you followed it step by step and it worked out just faster than usual for
mhm.
most people. So you mentioned it only took you a couple of weeks to finish the rough draft. And then let's go through the process a little bit because a lot of people may not understand what that process is once you hand off your manuscript. So talk a little bit about what, happened after that.
Once I had my actual rough draft, as far as getting it rough draft structured, getting the story out, then structuring it, I kind of like tangible. So I would print out my lessons that you have in Easy Peasy Entrepreneur, and as I complete a task, I was checking them off, and that let me keep track of my progress, see where I'm at, and if I needed to go back and revisit. So that's what actually
Awesome.
helped me excel like through those steps in those
Mhm,
modules.
mhm,
And once I had that done and I had an actual manuscript, then I kind of followed the same formula. I just went ahead, watched the videos, printed out any attachments that you instructed us to do, and I would go ahead from getting my ISBN, my LC, my Library of Congress number, getting all
mhm,
that stuff.
mhm.
I just simply followed the steps and I
Awesome.
followed through and stayed consistent. Consistency is key.
Mhm.
And even though there might be things where you might have to press pause, I didn't stop. I got back on, got back up, kept going. And that's how I was able to get a finished product.
Wow. Now, when you came up with your garden's acronym, talk a little bit about what it was like coming up with something that your readers could actually implement. And not, this isn't just a book where you read it and then you just put it down. You actually go through step by step, I'm sorry, chapter by chapter, giving them something that they can actually implement in their everyday lives. So, talk about that a little bit.
Okay, so my story, it can be a bit heavy in certain chapters, and some people have their own traumas. And with them reading that, I didn't want to trigger anyone.
Hmm.
In any event that did occur, I wanted them to be able to have a takeaway, to leave that chapter with something positive. So there's poems in there, there's positive quotes and affirmations in there. So also I wanted them to at least have those tools and resources to be able to apply in their own everyday life. So that's how I came up with the acronym for gardens. I wanted my readers to have some type of positivity that they can implement when they get done reading a particular chapter or the book altogether. And I also wanted them to just look at their situation and where they are, and if they so choose or if they're ready to grow and enhance and move to that next level and elevate themselves, then that can be a starting point as well. There will also be a workbook implemented to pair with that. So with it's some task and questions, reflection questions in there, so to speak. And with the workbook, you can also work on your own issues that you might be going through, different trials and tribulations of your own, different challenges that you may be facing. And it's certain things that we have buried inside of us that we have suppressed for so long, and we wonder why we keep getting stuck. So, with the acronyms and gardens paired with the workbook, it kind of helps dig up some of that stuff and bring it to the surface so you can begin to heal and do that self care and that self love and grow from there.
This is absolutely amazing. And I went through the gardens acronym that you came up with, and it was something that I could implement as well. So even if you aren't the person that has gone through like a teenage pregnancy or maybe drug use yourself, maybe you know someone like LaDonnia said previously, you know someone who has experienced this. This will give you insight. And then even if you don't know any of those things, those people, if you haven't gone through it, the acronym is still relevant because you do need to reflect. You do need to go through and do some of the other acronyms that she's come up with. So it's still an amazing read for anyone who is interested. So um, let me just pitch it again. Amazon.com right now. Go and look it up in the search bar. We'll make sure that we put the link in the comment section. It is a free ebook download. Today is the last day to get the free download. We would love for you to also purchase her print book as well, Growing Beyond the Gardens, but free right now tonight. You can do the download. Um, let's go back to the New York Times bestseller. So
Okay.
now we are on a roll because you have reached number one international
Yeah.
Amazon bestseller in
Yeah.
several different categories. So, New York Times bestseller, here we come. But
Right.
let's talk about that right now because that is an accomplishment. Um, talk
Yeah.
about that. How does it feel to have reached number one international bestseller on Amazon in the US, UK, Australia, and I think it's another one that I'm missing. But how does that feel?
It's amazing. It's just like awesome to see in real time all of the work that I put into it and just even everything that I went through building up to this moment. To actually see it, live it, and watch it manifest right before my eyes is truly, truly amazing. I'm overjoyed. I'm grateful for all of those who have supported me on this journey, for all those who have pre ordered. Your special thank you gift box is in the making. So not only will you receive a signed copy, there will also be some bonus gifts in there for you. So thank you. Just hold on tight a little bit longer and it will complement every gift that you get for this upcoming Christmas holiday for those of you who celebrate. Yes, just keep an eye out. Your gift from me on behalf of True Harmony Network, and my memoir, Growing Beyond the Gardens, your early support. I thank you so, so very much. And I'm glad that you are all able here to be here and celebrate and join me in this moment, in this milestone, as I have reached Amazon number one bestseller.
Amen. I feel like I have reached it, right? I always feel like that when I'm working with my clients because it's just like, I don't know, like you're giving birth and I'm in the delivery
Yeah,
room and I'm like
yeah.
cheering you on and everything. So I'm so, so happy for you. Your journey is not over though. This is the beginning because so many things are happening. I want you to talk about those things that are happening, like the interviews and the podcast, the magazine. Talk all about that marketing piece that has been going on behind the scenes.
Okay, so as far as the magazine, I have a second magazine subscription that I will be featured in with Voyage ATL. So they're working on that, possibly their holiday subscription. I also have a few other magazines who have reached out who has been interested in my story and wants to feature me as well. I also have podcast interviews set up that I will post. Keep your eye out for that. I have blog talk. All of this stuff is just coming to me. So in the earlier stages, as I was finishing my manuscript, I was reaching out to podcasters and shout out to Bombshell 1111. She is so amazing. I was on her platform and she interviewed me on her blog talk and it was just an amazing experience and I feel like I gained a sister. So even through this and making the connections, some of the networking and the business relationships are becoming a tighter bond than I could have ever imagined. So I am forever grateful for that. Corrine on LinkedIn. I embraced her platform. There's an interview there. If you were interested, you can visit my LinkedIn page. I also have a blog feature coming up December the 18th. That will be an article. So I will post those links to everything that I'm doing on my Instagram, LinkedIn, and my Facebook page. So just stay tuned for that. This is only the beginning, like Christina said. So
Is only the beginning. And then in the earlier stages when you were working on the manuscript piece, it may seem like a lot. I know it was a lot early on, but that preparation, talk a little bit about the preparation that went into you being comfortable, like sending information out, sending out your kit, making sure all of the information was in there. Talk to the audience a little bit about that because many times when people write a book, they just think it's just that, but it's a little bit more that goes into it.
it's a lot more that goes into it, right? Especially if you're someone that is interested in not just writing a book, you might want to write several other books, or you might want to use your story or book to promote, like have your platform, your business, and build a business and a brand around your book,
Mhm,
then it's definitely a lot more that goes into it than just that. So with that process, preparation, it is going to get you through so many doors. Like
mhm,
the way the lessons and the modules are set up, the way Christina has everything set up, it's like you can't really deter from it. You can't. It's almost like it's fail proof. If you follow the instructions, if you have questions, then she's there, ready, available. Phone call, email, her team get back with you. And once you're prepared and you have your bio, your media kit, and you have these things, then yes, like I did in the beginning, reaching out. I have my bio ready to attach to my email. It's already saved. It's already ready to go. I have everything. I have my media kit. It's already saved. It's ready to go. So therefore, I can send this out constantly. Wash, rinse, repeat, right? Keep going,
mhm,
keep going.
mhm,
And
mhm,
so now with my memoir being complete, now that I've been on different platforms, again, I'm starting to have people reach out to me versus me reaching out to them so much, but I will still continue to connect with different platforms that is in alignment with my story and where I've been, what I've been through, where I'm going. So yes, being prepared and having everything that you need to go forward to get your book sales, to get your book out there and to target your right audience,
mhm.
you have to be prepared. You have to know what you're walking into.
Amen. Amen. Um, Speak a little bit about one of the major lessons you've learned about yourself. Now, I don't know if you were prepared for this question, but I think it's going to help people to understand that this is a journey. We say that word a lot, but it's a journey. It's not just, okay, do this. Okay, I gave you this, do that. It is about really getting into each step of the way and understanding what God wants you to see in some of these things that are going on. Are you following the your divine purpose? Are you following the overall plan? So what's one of those lessons that you kind of glean from the whole journey about yourself?
About myself through this journey, I've learned the endurance. Like I've never, like something I've never could have imagined. And I have no idea on some of those days how I even got up if it wasn't by the grace of God. Because I honestly didn't have the strength or the mental capacity to push myself. And there had to be something else, some divine essence of, so to speak. Because there was times where I just was like, you know what? I'm just not feeling this today. This isn't something that I want to do. And then it was like, still had to keep going. I still had to do it in spite of what I was going through, in spite of the fact that I was grieving and rightfully so, probably still am grieving. You know, grief doesn't have an
Right.
expiration date. And so, still going through all of that, I've learned that I'm able to endure some things. Like, if I didn't realize it before, I realize it now.
Yes.
Because I started with good intentions, excited, and like, okay, ready to get my story out. And midpoint, boom, I lost my mom. In the middle, I was already everything that you pretty much see in the book. I was already had that done. It was just going through different phases and stages. Anyone who's published before know you have to do your editing and
Right.
different things that come along.
Right.
So it's like, wow, I got
Mhm,
hit with an unexpected blow. So
mhm.
I've learned that the level of tenacity that's within me and the endurance it's a gift from God. That's all I can say about that.
Right. Amen. I'm telling you, one of the things that we wanted to get across when we did your cover was beauty, grace, grit, resilience. We wanted that to come across. And the idea you gave for your cover, it was already beautiful. It was already, the idea was already there. But to encompass it, we were just
Mhm,
like thinking, like, okay, what can we do? So
mhm,
just the beauty of the cover, your flowers that you chose, the colors. And we wanted to make sure that the first thing that it like when they pick up the back of the book, the first thing it says is resilience, healing and grit. And I'm like, that's it right there.
Yes,
Because
yes.
what LaDonnia, what I don't think you understand, um, and a lot of people don't understand is the beauty in the struggle comes through so effortlessly and gracefully when you speak, especially in this book. And I believe it comes across so wonderfully. And when people pick this book up, no matter who you are, no matter what race, no matter what age, the testimony that you share in Growing Beyond the Gardens is one that is long lasting. Like the stories, they stick with you because the way you talk and speak is so vivid. It's like you are right there. I'm telling you. I was at Stateway Gardens, y'all. When I was reading, I was there. I was there when you were in the room, just you and your baby, and going to the new apartment and then living with. I mean, I was there. I was there. I was transported there through the words. And then at the ends of the chapter, when you would not just leave me in a particular place in the chapter, but you would lift me up with the acronym and with being able to implement something, this could be the workbook. And let's talk about that because you not only have the book, you have the workbook to go with it as well, and you have the bundle package as well that someone can get in print.
Yes, yes. So the workbook will be available soon within the next week or so. It is already pretty much completed, is in the final stage of review and editing, and that would also be available on Amazon, and you can purchase it as a bundle. If anyone who is working with youth, teens, young girls, young ladies, then we do offer bulk if you would like a bulk order. And you can contact me through my email at True Harmony, TrueHarmony 35 at gmail.com. And we can collaborate and go over orders or different things of that nature. But yes, there will be workbook, and it's also in the back of the book too. And it'll
Amen.
let you know if you want to order or bundle. But just definitely keep an eye out for that. If you
Mhm.
purchased the book already, then I would encourage you to go ahead and get that workbook next week. So as you continue to go through those chapters, then you can be reflecting and working through some of your own issues as well.
Amen. So I put that on the screen, everyone. So the workbook will be available. Um, LaDonnia is going to offer the book bundle as well. For now, you do have access to the free download on Amazon. I'm plugging it again because it's
Yes,
free. It's a free
this is it.
download. LaDonnia has been kind enough to do that.
Yes,
And over the last couple of days, it's been free. So this is the last day
last
for
day
the
we're
free
going
download.
forward. Yes, and I
Amen.
will,
Amen.
if you do already have the download, or if you're going to download it tonight after we're done with our live, if you can just go to
Review, write it in.
Amazon, whatever you think of one of the chapters, briefly, couple of sentences, that would be great.
Amen. Definitely love honest reviews. We love to hear back from you. And it will help LaDonnia as well. The more reviews, the more Amazon will suggest her book for people who have purchased in that genre. And then also, it's a way of just saying thank you. It's a way of sharing your idea, your story. And then LaDonnia also is able to be reached, like she said, via her email. We'll make sure we put that in the comments as well. So you can reach out to her. You can give your reviews there. Send an email, let her know what you liked, anything maybe you wanted added, or she can do it the next time around. She can include it in the workbook as well. So she is open to working with people, especially people who work with teens and young adults. And this book is definitely a great read for them. Um, let's finish up our conversation with a couple of things. Two things before we go. I definitely want to get all of your information out, your email, website, and everywhere that they can find the book, because they can also purchase through your website as well.
Yeah.
So give your contact information, and then we're going to finish up with the final question.
Okay. Again, my email trueharmony35 at gmail.com. There's no E on true. It's TrueHarmony 35 at gmail.com. The website, same thing, trueharmony35.com. I'm also on LinkedIn, as Donna C. I'm on Facebook. I'm on Instagram. You can find all of those links to everything that I'm doing and all of my social media on my Linktree page, and that is Legacy 888. Legacy triple eight. All of my links are right there on Linktree. Everything that I'm doing, I'm working with or affiliated with, you can find on Linktree.
Awesome. So, anyone that's viewing right now, comment with any questions for LaDonnia so that we can address any questions that you may have, whether it's about her book, the writing process, something that she's gone through on her writing journey. Go ahead and leave any questions. I do see one comment. I'm going to go to it now. Leave questions for LaDonnia. So we do have some people who tuned in. We have Mrs. TLC. Love that. She commented. We also have Dr. Lana. Hello. She says powerful. What else? Thank you, LaDonnia, for filling such a needed role. All blessings. That's from Dr. Lana. We also have Leslie Ann who joined us. Thank you so much. We have Renee Stevens. She says, keep up the awesome work. Thank you for tuning in and joining us. We have Sydney Mason. She says, amazing. So we have some people tuning in. Thank you all for tuning in. We appreciate your time and coming out to hear from LaDonnia in reference to growing beyond the gardens. Anyone who tuned in a little bit late, LaDonnia is offering her ebook copy free download. Tonight is the last night. You need to get over to Amazon.com and you can put in the search bar Growing Beyond the Gardens by LaDonnia Cole, and it should come up. And LaDonnia is also going to put the link in the comments as well for you to pick up the book on Amazon tonight. She is number one international
Yes,
best-selling author, Amazon best-selling author in the US, the UK, Australia, and I can't think of the fourth one, LaDonnia. I did. You're gonna have to send me the screenshot again. But
okay.
several countries have been downloading the book, so we're getting her book out to read by people all across the world. So she is making a global impact because she shared her story and she's sharing it with you all. Tonight is the last night for the free download. Okay. So if you could think of, and we're closing out after this, unless somebody has a question and I missed it, but if you could think of one thing
Mhm.
that you would share with a teen or a young person who is either pregnant or has gotten somebody pregnant about not giving up or growing beyond the garden, so to speak, what would you say to them right now if they were watching this?
I would say to them, don't give up. Don't give in to any peer pressures or what society deems of you. Don't give in to any type of negative stereotypes. What's in you, you were already born with. What you need to survive and thrive, God already put inside of you. So you have to tap into that, cultivate that, and put yourself around people to help you grow. Whether that's at school, whether you take up a trade, whether you do something craftsmanship, as far as young men, whatever it is that you need to do to cultivate your skill and your God given gifts and talents, that's what you do. In spite of your circumstances right now, that doesn't have to be your end all. You can still continue to grow and develop. And because you are a parent at a young age, everything that you learn and you grow through, you instill that in your child. You will grow together. So again, don't give in to any naysayers, any type of negativity and the stereotypes. Use that as motivation and continue to keep growing. Don't stop.
That note, I don't see any questions in the comments. I want to remind you one more time, growing beyond the gardens, growing beyond the gardens. Pick it up on Amazon.com. Today is
Yeah.
the last day for the free ebook download. Also, pick up the print copy as well. In it are resources for young people, young adults. There's also a historical piece about Chicago in it, so it's an educational piece in there as well. So, Miss LaDonnia Cole, thank you so much for this opportunity. You have blessed me. You've trusted my entire family, my team, to assist you along your writing journey, and we appreciate you for just the transparency of sharing your story. And God is going to use you beyond your wildest dreams. So I pray for overwhelming blessing for you, overwhelming blessing for years to come. Generations will remember you and what you did with this book. So thank you so much. Thank you everyone for joining us tonight. Any last words at all?
I would just like to thank you, thank your team, thank you for your patience throughout this entire process. No matter what questions I had, how late it was in the evening, you was always there or willing to get back to me. So I thank you. I thank you for just being so understanding and just with the gift that you have of working with people. I thank you and I appreciate that because without that, we probably would not be here where we are today. So the fact that we was able to collaborate and make this happen, I appreciate you. I also would like to thank again my early supporters who pre-ordered. I thank you. I got your list. I have everything. Yes, there it is. I have a list. Everyone who is listed on here have the pre-order. So although again the ebook is available or it's available for print copy as well on Amazon, the pre-orders will be coming directly from me. They will be personalized. They will be signed. In addition to that, you will get a bonus gift and keep an eye out on that within the next couple of weeks. So thank each and every one of you who supported me and who's been there throughout this entire process. Anyone that is looking to collaborate, please reach out to me via email, social media. I look forward to it. Thank you to all those who tuned in tonight. I appreciate your support.
And Dr. Lana just put in the comments, just ordered.
Thank
Oh, praise God.
you. Thank
We
you,
got
Dr. Lynn.
something. That's awesome.
Yes,
Thank
appreciate
you,
you.
thank you, thank you. Awesome, awesome, awesome. Okay, so we are out of here, everyone. Thank you so much for joining us. Go get that download and just read the book, honest review, put it
Yes.
up on Amazon for us. Reach out to LaDonnia. She gave her email, she gave her website. We're going to put it in the comments in a few minutes after we end. And we love you all. Be safe. Good night.
Thank you. Good night.